Hey guys, we're glad you could come over.
Babysitting is a big job, but we both love it, and I'm sure you will too. It was great having the extra money, and I know the responsibility really helped me grow up.
No doubt about that. Now that we're both heading off to college, we wanted to make sure that you guys are ready to take over. There's still a bunch of children in the neighborhood, and their parents will need sitters from time to time. You guys can pick up where we're leaving off and run your own babysitting business.
And you do definitely have to think about it like a business. You have to show up on time, be ready to do your job, and be professional. If you do that, you and the kids can have fun, and the parents will ask you back and tell other parents about you too.
We talked about it before you got here and came up with several things we thought that you should know. Things you might not even realize. Babysitting isn't just about being able to hang out with younger kids and playing some games. You're there first for their safety and protection.
It's a lot of fun, but it is work. We work together and helped each other out. If someone needed us, but we had to be somewhere for school, we could cover for each other. Of course, we had to work it out in advance, so the parents weren't expecting one of us and the other showed up, but we were able to help each other out and take care of our customers. It worked out great.
Let's talk about why you're here. These are things you might not even think of, but that we've learned over the last few years.
Like doing a safety walkthrough around the house, what to do when the kids you're watching don't listen or don't get along, answering the phone, answering the front door, and even what to do when you have to feed a baby.
When you're home alone with children, it's best not to let strangers know the parents aren't there.
This is another question to ask parents before they leave. Ask them if they want you to answer the phone, or if you should let the answering machine get it.
A lot of people want you to let the phone go to voicemail rather than pick it up, or they might tell you to listen to the message and only pick it up if you hear their voices.
If you do answer the phone, you need to be careful of what you say.
Hello, this is the Jones residence. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a friend of the family. The Jones are busy right now. Can I take a message? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, bye.
I had one that didn't go so well. Hello, this is the Roberts residence. Oh, no, I'm sorry, they're busy. Can I take a message? I'm a friend of the family. Oh, no, sir, I can't get them right now. Can I take a message? I'm sorry, sir, but no, I can't do that. He said some mean things. He was probably just upset about something, but he made me nervous. I called the parents to see what they wanted me to do. We're not trying to scare you, but there are a few things you need to be careful about, like answering the front door when somebody comes by.
Most of the time it will be a friend stopping by to say hi, or someone dropping off a delivery, but you still need to be sure who it is. Don't ever let strangers in the house. Hello?
Hi there, I have a delivery for Mr. Jones.
Well, thank you. Can you please just leave it on the steps? I'll get it shortly.
I really need someone to sign for this.
Oh, where's your delivery truck?
I parked it around the corner. I had a couple of other packages on this street.
Well, thanks. Can you just leave it on the steps?
Sorry, but I can't do that. I have to have a signature on this package.
Well, please take it next door to Mr. Jefferson. He'll sign for it and I'll pick it up later. I'm sorry, I can't open the door right now.
Okay.
It turned out to be a real package, and the neighbor signed for it. Mr. Jefferson called the parents to find out why I didn't open the door. When the parents came home, they thanked me for being so careful and protecting their children. Well, I hope you guys have a good time shopping today.
Thank you. We really appreciate you coming on such short notice.
Oh, it's no problem.
And can you also make sure the kids are up from their nap by 4 o'clock this afternoon?
Yeah.
Ready?
Real quick before you guys go, I was wondering if we could do a quick walk through the house, check to see if there are any safety concerns.
Absolutely. Why not? Let's take a quick look.
Cool, thank you.
The TV is secure, but we want to keep the kids away from it.
Okay.
The heater vents get very, very hot as well, so we want to keep the kids away from those.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I noticed there was a power strip right here.
Oh, good call. That was my fault. I left it out for her project the other day.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take care of it as soon as you guys leave, and then I'll double check everything, make sure the toilet lids are down.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you can think of?
I can't think of anything else, but we really appreciate your attention to detail.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ready to go?
Yes.
Have a good day shopping.
Thank you.
Most of the time, babysitting is fun and cool and you just hang out. But there are times when kids won't want to listen to you.
It doesn't really matter why they aren't listening. They could have had a bad day, need a nap, or something else. But you can't let them be a danger to themselves, you, or anyone else.
Before the parents leave, you need to ask them how they handle their children when they won't listen. Do they use timeouts or some other technique?
The most important thing is to choose your battles wisely. If you can ignore bad behavior, do it. But you need to stop them if their actions are dangerous.
Oh, Wyatt, can we not bang the trucks together that hard? I wouldn't want you to break your toys.
No!
Wyatt, I need you to stop banging them together like that, okay? I don't want you to hurt yourself or your trucks, okay?
No, you're not my dad!
Well, I may not be your dad, but he asked me to look after you today and take care of you. And he said that if you're not listening, then I can put you in timeout. Do you need to take a timeout?
No.
Okay, well then let's just play with the trucks. It's important to wash your hands regularly and help the kids wash theirs.
You need to wash your hands before you prepare or eat food, and after you change a diaper. You should also wash up after you use the bathroom, handle food, play with animals, come in contact with blood, or wipe a child's nose or your own.
You should have kids wash their hands pretty regularly too. You may have to help them out to make sure they do it correctly and get their hands clean.
Okay guys, we're gonna eat our snack pretty soon, but first we have to wash our hands. Okay, I'm gonna test the water here. And Wyatt, you're gonna wash your hands right after, okay?
Okay.
Alright, does that feel good to you? Alright, get your hands wet. I'm gonna put some soap in there. And I'll do it with you. Okay. Now get the fronts. And get the backs. In between the fingers. And the fingernails. Yeah, good job. Now you wanna sing the hand washing song? Wash, wash, wash your hands, play our handy game. Rub and scrub and scrub and rub, germs go down the drain. Hey, one more time. Wash, wash, wash your hands, play our handy game. Rub and scrub and rub, germs go down the drain. Hey. Okay, now you can rinse. Good job. Take a towel, dry it up. Before you care for a baby, you need some practice at it. If someone in your family has a baby, volunteer to feed and diaper it before you are left alone with one.
Babies can be a challenge to care for. They don't talk and you can't do much with them, but you have to stay focused on them. You can't let yourself get distracted.
I love to care for babies, but you do have to be prepared. Sometimes they can be a lot of work. You have to feed them, burp them, and diaper them. Talk to the parents before they leave to find out how to prepare formula and burp the baby. Before preparing formula, make sure to wash your hands thoroughly. As soon as you're done, grab a prepared bottle out of the refrigerator. Just make sure to check the date on the bottle. If you warm the water on a stove, use a back burner with the handle turned in. Otherwise, heat the bottle using warm tap water. Once it's warm, shake the bottle and check if it's too hot or too cold. Then, you're ready to start feeding.
Amadeus, your shoes untied. Michaela, could you move over here, please? Dale, are you okay? Can I see?
Bleeding reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of blood.
Okay, squeeze your arm really tight, Dale. Keep the pressure on it. Josh, I need help. Bring the first aid kit.
If heavy or uncontrolled, bleeding can quickly become life-threatening. An open wound of similar size in a child or adult may result in the same amount of blood loss, but the percentage of loss will be much greater for the child. Arterial bleeding is bright red and will often spurt from a wound. It can be difficult to control due to the pressure created by the heart's contractions. If the blood is dark red and flowing steadily, it is likely coming from a damaged vein. Bleeding from a vein can be heavy. Regardless of the source, all heavy bleeding must be controlled as soon as possible. Clot-forming fibers naturally collect at a wound site to create a patch to stop bleeding. Severe bleeding can overwhelm this process and prevent clotting from occurring.
Josh, call EMS.
Sure.
Activate EMS immediately for any heavy bleeding. Bleeding exposes you to potentially infectious body fluids. Always use protective barriers to protect both you and the injured child. Continuous firm and direct pressure applied to a wound is the best method for controlling external bleeding.
Doing a good job.
Quickly expose and inspect the wound. Using a clean, absorbent pad or dressing, apply direct pressure with the flat parts of your fingers directly on the point of bleeding. If a pad is not available, apply direct pressure with just your gloved hand. If blood soaks through the pad, apply another pad, leaving the initial pad in place. Apply more pressure with the palm of your hand. Apply a pressure bandage to provide continuous pressure to the wound. Wrap a roller gauze or elastic bandage around the injury with enough pressure to maintain bleeding control. Avoid wrapping the bandage so tightly that the skin beyond the bandage becomes cool to the touch, bluish, or numb. Make sure a finger can be slipped under the bandage once it is applied. When barriers are not available, an injured child can provide self-care, or a provider can use improvised barriers, such as a plastic bag.
Hey, you having fun? Gonna have some lunch?
I want to go play.
How about you eat a couple of grapes and then you can go play? Gee, what's going on? Are you choking? Come here.
Choking can occur when a solid object, such as a piece of food or small object, enters a narrow part of the airway and becomes stuck. Young children are particularly at risk for choking because of the small size of their air passages, inexperience with chewing, and a natural tendency to put objects in their mouths. On inhalation, the object can be drawn tighter into the airway and block air from entering the lungs. A forceful thrust beneath the ribs and up into the diaphragm can compress the air in the chest and pop the object out of the airway. You must be able to recognize the difference between a mild blockage and a severe blockage.
With a mild blockage, a person can speak, cough, or gag. This type of blockage is typically cleared by coughing. Encourage someone with a mild blockage to cough forcibly.
Stay close and be ready to take action if things worsen. When a severe blockage occurs, a child cannot dislodge the object on her own. Signs of severe obstruction include very little or no air exchange, lack of sound, and the inability to speak or cough forcefully. The child may hold her hands to her throat as she attempts to clear an obstruction naturally. Your help is required to save the child's life. To care for a child who you suspect is choking, begin by asking, "Are you choking?" If the child nods yes or is unable to speak, cough, or cry, act quickly. Stand or kneel behind the child. Reach around and locate the child's navel with your finger. Make a fist and place the thumb side against the abdomen, just above the navel and well below the ribs. Grasp your fist with your other hand. Give a quick inward and upward thrust. Repeat thrusts until the child can breathe normally. Each thrust needs to be given with the intent of expelling the object. If the child becomes unresponsive, gently lower her to the ground. Have someone activate EMS and begin CPR. Look in the mouth for an object after each set of compressions before giving rescue breaths. Remove any object if seen. If you are alone, perform CPR for about 2 minutes before activating EMS yourself. Continue until the child shows obvious signs of life or another provider or EMS personnel take over. Infants who are choking are managed differently than children. Since infants do not speak, it may be more difficult to recognize choking. A sudden onset differentiates it from other breathing emergencies. Signs include weak, ineffective coughs and the lack of sound, even when an infant is clearly attempting to breathe. If you suspect an infant is choking, act quickly. Straddle the infant face down over your forearm with the head lower than the chest. Support the head by holding the jaw. Using the heel of your other hand, give 5 back blows between the shoulder blades. Next, sandwich the infant between your forearms and turn her onto her back with legs and arms straddling your other arm. Place 2 fingers on the breastbone just below the nipple line and give 5 chest thrusts. Repeat back blows and chest thrusts until the infant can breathe normally. If the infant becomes unresponsive, gently place her onto a firm surface. Have someone activate EMS and begin CPR. Look in the mouth for an object after each set of compressions prior to giving rescue breaths. Remove any object if seen. If you are alone, continue CPR for about 2 minutes before activating EMS yourself. If you are alone, try pressing your abdomen quickly against a rigid surface, such as the back of a chair. Abdominal and chest thrusts can cause internal injury. Anyone who's been treated for choking with these maneuvers should be evaluated by EMS or a physician to ensure there were no injuries.
So we told you about doing a walkthrough of the house with a parent to check for anything that the children might get hurt on, and to ask a parent about how to respond if the child isn't listening to you.
And to ask about answering the phone. They might need you to answer, and then you'll need to be careful about what you say. You can always check with a parent if a caller makes you nervous.
And I know it might seem weird not to open the door for someone, but if you don't know the person and a parent hasn't told you to expect someone, just don't open the door.
If you are babysitting a baby, make sure you check with a parent about how best to feed, burp, and diaper the baby.
And of course, don't forget about washing your hands often, especially before eating or after changing a diaper, and helping the kids wash their hands too.
If you have any other questions, you can always check with a parent before they leave.
You guys are gonna be so great. I feel good knowing that you'll be taking good care of the kids here that we've been babysitting, and keeping them safe.
Yeah, thanks for coming over. Before you know it, you're gonna be pros.
You guys might even end up being better than us. See you later.
Bye.